Hi, I'm Kelsey and I'm a theater artist, and for this project I'm also working with textiles, and I tend to, at least most recently, a lot of the performance work that I've been doing has been based on immersions and on sort of these different empathy building style of immersive theater, and I've also been working a lot with puppets, and yeah, this project is a whole new world for me as far as creating work in response to so much anthropological and historical research.
My name is Battad. My background is in video art, but mostly I've been doing a lot of drawing, and I have been taking my experiences as a migrant several times over and putting that into my work. So Kelsey and I know each other from a couple of different communities because we have overlapping interests that happen to have to do with this project. One of which is cycling. We both love cycling. I think that's how I know you. Yeah, primarily. And we both do bicycle touring and camping. We're both experienced in that. And the creative community, we also have overlaps in that.
Yeah, absolutely. And we share the same birthday. Yeah, I don't know, Deanna and I have known each other for a long time, but actually never worked together and never really had a close relationship. But this project has brought us back together, and it does give us a chance to really combine some things that we are passionate about. So a lot of the project is process-based, and we learned a lot this weekend when we got a chance to take our first tour. And a lot of the information that we ended up receiving was like direct result of running into people and having conversations with them, and them telling us a specific place to go. And I think a lot of the project is actually going to end up being about the conversations. And I was not concerned, but I was thinking a lot about making sure that the work was active, and I thought that I might have to be a little bit abstract about the ways in which it was showing resistance. And what I realized is that we're going to be butt up against a lot of very difficult and uncomfortable conversations that in and of themselves are forms of resistance and that are forms of activism. We started our research at the Heinz History Center. So we spent this afternoon with Samuel Black, and he shared with us all of this incredible history of the tens of thousands of people who traversed through the state of Pennsylvania or to the state of Pennsylvania for their freedom. And then just hours later, I was at REI, I was picking up some gear for the tour, and I picked up this book that was called Hiking Through History, Pennsylvania. And so it comes from a series of books that are all about these historical hikes that you can take. And so I started flipping through the book, and it had histories that went as far back as to the early settlements in Fort Pitt, to as late as Flight 93 in the 2000s, but nowhere in the entire book do you find the word Black, African American, any slave, enslaved, slavery, and this totally blew my mind. And of course was really, I was angry and repulsed, and there were even hikes that were all about the Gettysburg Address and about, the Battle of Gettysburg, but no mention of slavery. And I think that right there is one reason why it's really important to do the work that we're doing, because Black people are written out of history, and also Black people are written out of the outdoors, and we own these things. These are ours to have and to be a part of. And so in that way, I think it's really important that we share these histories and that we find a way to do them where as many people can understand and can start to feel things and are drawn to be a part our history and to be a part of spending time in nature, which is so invaluable. And one thing that I realized this weekend was that you have sort of these niche worlds that people operate in. You have your historians, and you have your activists, and you have your archivists, and you have your, your nature people, your outdoors people. But those worlds don't necessarily collide. And as a result of that, these conversations around race in America don't happen in all of these spaces, and they need to. So as far as what we're presenting on the first Friday here, there will be sort of two more specific performance elements happening throughout the night, but then there will also be this environmental or ambient experience that you can have here based on projection of video footage that DI has captured, as well as soundscapes that we're building, and the knit sculptures and installations that will be in place of these different torture apparatuses or instruments of bondage, and then there will be a live performance.
A lot of the footage is of things that we seen and experienced on the trail, and someone asked me just yesterday, why bicycle? Why would we want to do that? And I think a lot of it has to do with pacing and being actually being able to experience the things around you and to have conversations with people and to
you begin to empathize about how much land was actually crossed when you're moving so slowly across it and with such effort. And we're doing it in the light of day and with plenty of options for food and all of these different things that make it luxurious compared to the experience that these people had as they were fleeing for their freedom. And then another thing about cycling is that people are really curious when they see you with your gear and when you tell them what you're doing, and that's a really organic way to start these conversations and for people to be able to welcome you into their homes, to be able to welcome you into their neighborhoods and start to share things with you because they're just kind of fascinated. Come out Friday, November 2nd. We're going to be here. Doors open at 7 here at the Kelly Strayhorn Alloy Studios. And we really can't wait to share this work with you. This project is talking with ghosts about freedom, and we want to talk to you about that.